I'm going to teach you a little Aussie. Have a go, you mug. Have a go, you mug. It's like, you're better to have risked something, even if it doesn't work out, than to have never tried. And it's really in our DNA.
Hugh Jackman's have a go motto was on polite display as we headed out for coffee.
Hi, morning.
Good morning, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for coming. Thanks so much for coming. I'm here every morning.
This is perhaps his biggest risk of all.
How are you? Good to see you.
Very good too.
While he's been celebrated for his musical turns, on stage,
Who am I?
and in film, most of us know him as Wolverine, that mutant Marvel superhero.
You want to shoot me? Shoot me!
It's been a wildly successful franchise for Jackman. But a few years ago, he decided to claw his way into the coffee business, too.
Australians are very snobby about coffee.
Are you snobby about your
I'm very snobby about coffee, yeah.
So much so, he owns this postage stamp of a cafe and another just like it, both in Lower Manhattan.
I get stopped more in the street, I can tell you this, in New York, for people thanking me for this cafe and for the coffee than I do for any of my movies.
Is that true?
Thank you so
guys.
much.
And thanks for coming
And
here.
thanks for the coffee shop. We love
Pleasure.
to come every morning.
Actually, particularly people will say, not so much the movies, but thank you for the coffee.
Today was a particularly important day in the business life of his coffee called Laughing Man. But to understand why, we have to take you halfway around the world to meet the man who made him laugh. Okay?
No. Yeah, let me translate. Let me fix that for you.
This is the birthplace of coffee, Ethiopia.
No? It's okay? Just like this or crumple it, yeah?
It was here back in 2009, while making the documentary Dukali's Dream for the humanitarian group World Vision, that Jackman met this young coffee grower who would forever change his life.
Did he have any idea who you were?
Absolutely none.
Dukali is a fair trade farmer, which means he works with a cooperative in his village to ensure that his farm is both environmentally and economically sustainable, which in turn ensures that he gets a fair price for his beans.
Talk about getting your hands dirty.
It's something we don't think about, and neither did Jackman, until he worked beside him and met Dukali's family. Their health and their well-being, he realized, was so tied to Jackman's morning ritual
Oh, yeah.
that he promised to help.
It's not about what you're given, it's what you do with it. So I unwittingly was given a profile, and I thought, what if in my brief moment of profile, let's call it 10 years, maybe 20 if I'm lucky, what if in that period I create something that lives beyond me?
In short, he wanted to do with coffee what Paul Newman did with salad dressing. Funnel every dime from every cup of coffee sold into a foundation devoted to helping the farmers and their families.
You don't get a dime of any of this, right?
No, I give all my profits to charity.
At first, he sold Laughing Man only in his little cafes and online. But one day, coffee giant Keurig Green Mountain tried a sip, and suddenly, Dukali was in a K-cup. Which brings us back to this particularly important day, and a trip Jackman was making with Keurig CEO, Brian Kelly.
And are they committed to fair trade?
They're committed to fair trade.
That's great.
Keurig wanted to get Jackman's coffee into stores nationwide. And 2 months ago, Kroger, one of the nation's largest retailers, jumped on board. That meant flying to Kroger's corporate headquarters in Cincinnati to offer a special kind of thank you.
Do you think you're a good salesman?
I'm not bad. I'm not a bad huckster, I suppose. Hello, Jill, how are you?
Hey, Brent Cox, nice
Hello,
to meet
Brent,
you.
how are you?
He seemed natural. Not just the glad-handing part, but the selling, too.
I'm fully aware in this triumvirate, Kroger, Keurig, Laughing Man is the little baby. But we're a baby with a big heart, and we really want to grow, and we need partners like you guys. By buying a fair trade coffee, you are sort of ensuring that the world is a better place, the planet is a better place, and the person who's actually growing that bean from which you're sipping your coffee is got a shot at living a sustainable life with opportunity for them and their families.
It's early yet, But the new partnership puts Laughing Man in more than 1,800 stores across the country. A distribution wide enough it just might allow Hugh Jackman to end the cycle of poverty, at least for the coffee growers he's trying to help. And that truly is a feat of superhero doing.
Sometimes it's tempting for my ego to go, wow, look what I've created, but I know I haven't. Things have conspired, and sometimes it just takes saying yes, having a go for these things to sort of play out.
It really is changing the world one cup of coffee at a time, right?
That cup of coffee, and I've seen it, changes the life of those growers. That's a massive, massive difference. It is one cup of coffee, but it's changing a life.